subscriber number 1 has taken his spot.
I have.
We have a fancy thing that will take us a while to figure out, but gang's all here. Blankets up, but they give us 2 huge queen-size duvets, and yeah, it's big enough for 2 people. There's little tables that flip up, but it was pretty comfortable. I think we slept real nice here.
This next spot we will do in a time lapse, so we don't bore you to death, but we'll show you how quick this thing gets put away. Broken down. You can set up the table here, or you can keep it all open if you want to have more of a lounge area, because you got the TV back here. This works great for eating, obviously, or working. There's a second one up at the front that we'll show you here in a minute.
These up here are the above the seating area. There's 4 of them, and what we learned is that if we got our own, we would buy bins, because obviously, as you can see, you kind of just have to balance things in here, but they shut really nice, and there's plenty of room, so all of our clothes fit in these 4 containers without any problems at all, so tons of space.
So this is the other space I was talking about before. Second is another eating area, or you can use it as a workspace. We didn't really use this space because there's only 2 of us, and it's more than enough for our needs, but apparently we rented the one to house a 3rd person. It is nice if you do want the workspace. It also has charging platforms down below me here, additional storage above me and below, but if we were going to get our own, we'd probably take this 3 feet off the length of the van and be done with it. So you can show off.
So here's the storage compartment for that table, and then that folds out to a bed.
Voila.
Yep. And then also underneath this bench, you'll find some of the mechanical stuff.
Yeah, safe.
So they have a safe that you can keep things in if you rent one. I would recommend getting one if you buy one also. And then there's battery stuff and a bunch of mumbo jumbo we don't really understand, but we'll hopefully someday. Shoot. Okay, so I'm gonna quick show you the bathroom. We aren't very high maintenance people. So for us, we don't need a lot of space. We don't need a lot of storage space. But it really isn't that bad, and the shower's pretty good. It has good pressure. The hot water works really well. So that's a plus. It also has a cassette toilet, so that just means that when you're ready to dump, you pull it out of the side of the camper, which freaked us out a little bit at first, but it's really simple and nothing to be afraid of. So let me show you the bathroom. You've got a little bit of storage. It's locked for driving, so there's, you know, a pretty decent, we keep shampoo conditioner up there, a little ledge that we keep our toothpaste and toothbrush and stuff in, a couple towel hooks, and then the shower, and then this tiny little sink, which we just use as a toilet paper holder because it doesn't even have a faucet. You just have to use the shower head. So the only problem is that it stays pretty wet in there, so when we're done showering, we just put the 3rd towel in the bottom, but it does drain out that hole down at the bottom there, and it's not too bad. Justin is 5'10", and he fits in here with a couple inches to spare, and then it is a wand shower, so, you know, not too bad, but it's little, but it does the trick. Okay, so this is the kitchen area. It's little, but it has everything you need. So this tops up for a whole sink, comes with a sponge, And then this is a 3-burner stove, and it's gas. So we just have an LP tank on the side, which we'll show you in a second. And then this is the fridge, and it's small, but it has everything that you need: wine, beer, veggies, cheese, quince paste, ketchup. And you can set it on a couple different settings. So we've used one the whole time, which uses the least amount of power and makes the least amount of noise while you're sleeping, and it's kept everything cold. And then there's all kinds of, storage down here. So we kept food. This thing is stupid. I would never put this in my camper. It rattles the whole time. So I would never use these dishes, but they came with it. So we gotta work with what we got. And then up here they've got a glasses holder. We've also stuck our olive oil and coffee mugs up here. But it has a whole nother amount of storage space that's not being used very well. So if I bought a camper, I would put bins and make it a little bit more storage friendly, but it has everything you need. Also, these all flip up, and there's a ton of storage underneath there. So our huge duffel, our backpacks, our big Osprey backpack are all stored underneath there, along with all the stuff that we haven't used on our Outback trip. And we have so much room to spare, plus all the storage that's in the back. So I would say that there's more than enough. We've been in here for 2 weeks. I could live in here for a year and not need any more space. So, and these are the information panels. So what this is everything that's on these switches, which is water heater, water pump, toilet, range, media, reading lights, and lights, are all off of the battery that gets charged while you drive. So you can boondock and use all of that stuff. This tells you how much battery you have left. This is an ancient CD player. And then this will tell you how full your water and your wastewater are. So all helpful tools. The one thing I would tell you is this heater above us is not on that same boondocking ability. So if you, like us, are traveling when it's really cold or really hot, I would recommend a different option.
So this is from the back end here. You can see how much storage there actually is underneath here. If this were going to be reconfigured, you could do this any way you wanted, where you have long open paths down either side, which would give you room for skis, snowboards, surfboards, more luggage, anything that you really want. Right now all we have down there is the extra table, all the hoses and electrical stuff that we carry with to charge, fill up the beast, and then drain it all out too. So right now it's not being the most practical use, but we are on the road with very little, so could definitely get more in here. Next up, you've got your power. That's as easy as it is. Extension cord that plugs into the side of your van and just goes to any appropriate outlet. So that's why we have done a little less boondocking, is because we do need that silly heater. I think on our own we'd do solar and make sure that our heater can work just on simple electricity. Out here you've got this is your access to the toilet that you saw on the inside. It's a simple cassette that pulls out, goes into a dump hole that's at most major campsites. So really easy, user friendly. In here you've got your gas. This powers your obviously your cooking equipment, the grill that's on the other side, and your shower. So super easy just to twist on like you'd run a grill.